back with the part 2 of the ecology, not a part 2 of the evolution. Okay, so let's get started without delay the time. So we end with the yesterday balancing. Now today's topic start with the direction selection, type of selection. Okay, so here is the graph mentioned. There is the light color and the dark color, and it's the example of the best example for the direction selection. Light color prepared moth are better camouflage against a pristine environment. Likewise, dark color prepared moth are better camouflage against the sooty environment. Thus, as the Industrial Revolution program in 1900, the moth pop shifted from light to dark, an example of the direction selection. Okay, because it direction selection graph shifted direction of one way. Feature of direction selection favor non-average or non-extreme phenotypic change in mean value of trait in the population in one direction. Its mean value change vary time to time. Favor accumulation of those mutations that increase the fitness in the changing environment. Element normal or average individual. Okay. Now, if we talk about the direction selection, so due to the harsh environment, a sudden change in the one direction, which is quite suitable for himself. Or it can be help to improve their longevity on that environment, so it's known as a direction selection. Now we talk about the stabilization selection. Extreme vary from both ends are eliminated, tend to favor intermediate type. Reason act to keep a population well adapted to its environment. Individual close to the average for a given trait will have higher fitness. Mean value unchanged, it means its mean value is constant, neither change according to habitat. Operate is constant and under changing environment. Birth weight of human babies also called balancing selection. So we talk about the stabilization selection. It always carries or select middle one, not on extreme sides, because it is suitable. It detect only one thing, which is quite most important thing for survival. So entire stabilization depend on the mean value. Neither mean value, it is constant, neither change. It means if the criteria if we talk about the example for the stabilization selection, so any exam criteria is quite clear. Okay, not a exam is not a good example. We talk about the perfect weight of baby, or if baby have more weight, so it's quite harmful for itself. Or if baby have nourishment, so it malnutrient, so it is also quite harmful for baby. But it's the perfect weight is always good for the babies. Now we talk about the second example. Robin typically lay 4 an example of the established selection. Lays clusters may result in the malnutrition if number of egg high, so per egg are malnourished because the food is limited and divided in many numbers of, so all are undergo the malnutrition, while or it's another bad effect. The parental care may result is non-viable offspring. Now we talk about the sickle cell anemia is the example of also stabilization selection. About 1 to 2% of the total RBC becomes sickle shaped. Early rupture of the RBC leading to severe anemia. Person of the sickle cell anemia are found in tropical Africa, where malaria is common. So heterozygous resist the malaria infection much better way to homozygous or for the normal hemoglobin. Now this is the example. If the hemoglobin is recessively homozygous, so it died. If it is a dominantly homozygous, so it also died. But in case of if you want to survive in the South Africa, so you have want a heterozygous form of the hemoglobin. Okay, so in the survival, fittest one is middle one, which contain one recessive and one dominant. Now we talk about the disruptive. It's completely opposite to stabilization, because stabilization neither choose the adjust one, and it obviously often choose the middle one. But in case of the destructive, both extremes are favored at expense of intermediate varieties. It can be viewed as opposite of the stabilization selection, because the intermediate types are selected against. A clear example is provided by different color pattern of butterfly. The papilio Dudensia. Diversity certificate bimodal graphs features of disruptive previously homologous population. मतलब it prefer the homologous, it may be recessive or the dominant. It neither prefer the heterozygous. Breakup in the several defect adaptive form. Reason extreme value of high fitness and intermediate or mean value fitness and intermediate of the relatively disadvantaged. It prefer different part of the distributive areas. Okay, now in hypothetical population, grey and the Himalayans. Grey and white rabbit are better able to bend with the rocky environment because grey is quite good for if the summer season the Himalayas are not covered with the ice, so grey is quite suitable for that media. Or white is quite suitable if the Himalayas is covered with the ice in winter season, but rabbit are better able to blend with the rocky environment than white rabbit, resulting in diversified selection. But the mixture is neither survive. If your mixture contain grey and white both, so grey is quite easily visible in the white condition, or the white is quite easily in the summer condition, so it heterozygous is not quite stable. Okay, and it's always be negative balancing or negative feedback for the species. Okay, survive while black, survive but not between. Okay, mating behavior, mate choice, intersexual competition for mates and parental. Mating behavior, monogamous, polygamous, polygynous, polyandrous, promiscuous. Now we talk about all these terms. Okay, mating relationship between male and female vary from species to species. We very well know that. Okay, choosing potential mate for high reproduction success, many kind of the social interaction, one-on-one, two or one, large group, males that gather display to female in many bird species. Okay, mate choice can lead to competition among one sex for mate of other sex. Give the Charles Darwin 1871 theory of sexual selection. It means Charles Darwin, given his theory about sexual selection 1871, he clearly mentioned all these things possible in condition between relationship opposite sex. Okay, if we talk about the monogamous, to single, one male one female always make a bond. Okay, if we talk about the poly, they will then vary in the number of the female or male. Promiscuity, no promise. Polygamous, they have divided into the two, androgynous or gymnosperms. If one female plus many male, so is androgynous. If one male many female, so is gynosperm. Okay, now we talk in detail. Monogamous, mated remain together for longer period, one male one female, one partner over at least one breeding season, and sometimes for longer. So male and female are similar in body size. Mate graduate hypothesis, which theories that a male stay with the female to protect her from being fertilized by other male. Such a strategy may be advantage when a receptive female are widely scattered and difficulty to find. It means in case of the monogamous, we sing a song like "हम बने तुम बने एक दूजे के लिए." It means one male or one male aura is limited in one female. Rarity is change, but most prominent they are committed to each other. Okay, like a male donkey normally guard their female mates, have almost exclusive access to them. If the guarding male is removed, other male quickly gain access to the female. Okay, so male associate hypothesis, the male assist hypothetically maintain the male remain with the female to help them gain their offspring. Common in birds, 70% pairing remain intact during at least one breeding season. Monogamous is prevalent in bird because eggs and chicks take a considerable amount of parental care. Female enforced monogamy hypothesis, yeah, female is quite more responsible in case of the monogamy. Female interfere with male, try to make with other male as like a male protect male gardening. Here if female protect the male to prevent the mate with other field by sensing pheromones. Female enforced monogamy hypothesis suggests that female stop male parent for being polygamous. Okay, Now we talk about in monogamous swans. Example of the monogamous are swans, penguin, alligators. Female alligator return to the same mate for several years. Snowy owl, full smith, so two female can mate one male. Black vultures, Australian cynid leopards, sinks, a type of the lizard, have relationship last over 20 years. They are the committed for each others. Now we talk about the polygamous. Either male or female mate with more than one partner in same breeding season. Okay, if she can say, here is the most responsible for all the secondary sexual character are more developed in polygamous. Sexual dimorphism condition when two sexes are same species with different characteristic beyond the different in their sexual organs. Many animals behavior different between the sexes and therefore refer to the asexual dimorphism having two forms. Polygyny, if we talk about the polygyny, so polygyny, gyne is the term related to the in case of the female, so one female plus one polygyny. Polyandrous polygyny, I take my words back. Polygyny, it means one male plus many females. It means the male have a harem in which many female live, so one male mate with many female in one season, mating with the several others. So sexual dimorphism, male larger than the female. Parental care oftentimes is polygamous system. Female provide majority of the parental care. Elephant, seal, gorilla, red-winged warble, baboon, red deer, Bengal tiger. Female fate only one male. Okay, in case of the parental care of young one, male contribute very less as compared to the female in case of the polygyny. Female reproductive recipient is stripped out over week or month. There is a much more opportunity for male to mate with the more than one female. Common to toad, buffalo, all lay their egg within a week, and the male generally have time to mate with only one female. Okay, now reason based polygyny, closing dominant male with a good territory. A female may be gaining access to good reasons. She may also share the resources with on their another female. If the one person, or if we talk about in the case of the animal, one animal have a large niche, and the niche is fulfilled of the praise, so one female is ready to share these all the things with another female, but due to their male, because the male also carry a good secondary sexual characters, that's why he was the dominant. So two or more than female share this environment only for this male. Okay, so now we're talking about lactating. It is the aggregation of the it is the aggregation of male animal gathered to engage in the competitive display, linking to the entire visiting female, which are severely preparation pattern for the copulation. Okay, now if we talk about the lactating, it means for the mating, two male fight for each other, and so which have a more secondary sexual character. So for the due to the high secondary sexual, which animal have a high secondary sexual will easily taken by the female. So female entirely visiting female, which are severely prospective partner for the copulation. Okay, polygynous mating can occur in lake, also in some particular in the bird and mammals. Male display in distinguished community code or calls lake. Female choose a prospective mate after the male have performed elaborate display. Most females seek to mate with best male due to their secondary sexual character. Okay, now we talk about harem mating structure. A group of female associated with a single male, typically the male is the harem, defined as group of the female. A mating system in which a male stabilizes the territory around resources needed for mating success. In this system, multiple female will join the male in his territory. Now polyandry. Now we talk about the polyandry. The term is andry, it means one female, many male. Now many but male mate with one. Many but male mate with one. Here the aura for the mating is quite restricted for the males, because he was capable to mate only one female. Female generally more ornamented and large than male, less than 1%. Western honeybee, pipfish, insect. Okay, pufferfish. Female take advantage of increased resources availability of the region offspring by laying dash of egg with the more than one male. Male provide parenting. Okay, here male have a responsibility to take care their offspring. One female, many male create diversity to their offspring, which is turn increase disease resistance. Okay, because their variation of the gene also create a disease resistance. Polygamous plus polyandrous. One female honeybee mate with the many drones. Drone dies soon. Queen store sperm to the fertilized egg time to time. Reproduction success of the female limited not by food but by the number of male they can find. Incubation the egg. Female heavier than male. Male have a brood pouch that shit store egg more than the one male. Cooperate in raising the young of single female, a condition known as a cooperative polyandry. Okay, now we talk about the promiscuity. Each female and each male mating with the multiple partner with breeding season, no strong bonding to relationship. If we talk about the monogamous, so both are responsible for the parental care. If we talk about the polyandry, the male is responsible for parental care and the polygamous female is responsible for the parental care. But in the case of promiscuity, each partners are they come with in breeding season, but after breeding season they have no strong bonding or relationship. Practice of mating in the absence of any social ties. Parental care mainly female because they bond the kids. The example of the promiscuity are chimpanzees and baboons. Intertidal and terrestrial mollusks can also promiscuity. Female deposit their egg in pits in the large mold of the earth, survive mid-high, over which the males stand guard. Okay. Now is the topic of the monopoly. Polygamous, male gardening, male assisted, female enforcement, and by the male gardening. If female protect the male to prevent the mate with another female by the perfume or hormone sensing. Or in case of the polyandry, if two male fight for each other to reproduce the female by the leg system. And in case of the promiscuity, they have no strong relationship to each other. Okay, so defending territory has cost and benefits. So we talk about the defending territory has cost and the benefits. Many animal or group of the animals, such as the pride of law and activity of territory, fixed area in the which individual of group exclude other membrane of its own species. Sometimes other species by aggressive behavior or territory marketing territory own tend to optimize terrestrial size according to cost and the benefit involved. The primary benefit of the terrestrial that provide exclusive access to a particular resource within the food match set nesting site. Large territory may provide more of the resources but be costly to defend, while small territory, here it means realized niche, they are the less costly to defend, may not provide enough of resources. Okay. Okay, energy gain, food cost, foraging and defending, all these impact quite very impactful for the animal. Defending the territory ensure that other sunbird did not take nectar for available flower, thus increase the amount of nectar in each flower. Optimality modeling showed that defending a territory, the sunbird saves 780 calories a day in the reduced foreign activity. However, the sunbird also spares 728 calories in defending of the territory, yielding a net gain of 52 calories. How much effort to do they protect their territory and their resources in their territory. Okay, the territory size differ in the animal. The golden winged sunbird of East Africa, Nectarial recgnus, has a medium territory size that depend on their number of flowers from which it can obtain resources and dependent. Cheetah and kyrus hunt over large area and can have a large territory, extensive territory. Nesting gametes, monospaces, have much small territory in which each bird is just beyond the pecking range of its neighborhood. So today's is enough for today. So tomorrow's we will start with the sexual selection. Okay, maybe it's quite helpful for me from myself in future. Meet you tomorrow. And today is quite very good environment. Let's show you how the good timing. This is my rooftop and it is quite damn amazing. Okay, so we meet you tomorrow. Bye bye. Let's take care of yourself, for me, for myself.